Welcome to the Spiritual Counseling TV network and to our weekly spiritual guidance. My name is Christy Ramirez and I'm your soul coach. So this is the week of February 14th through the 20th of 2022. Now we start off the week with Valentine's Day. This is definitely a week of love in the air, but I'm feeling more than anything, this is about falling in love with ourselves again. This is a lot of self-love coming in, specifically this February of this year, right? Because February is definitely a month of romance, and if you're in a relationship, this is definitely something that can be sparked, reignited. If that's something that's been lost, the passion definitely is recommended. And if you're having issues with this is where couples counseling comes in. But this is also the realization that, you know, is my connection with my partner, if you're in a relationship, this is applying to you, is my connection to my partner spiritually based? Is this really my spiritual one, my spiritual lover, my other half to my soul? These are questions that subconsciously in our soul is definitely going to be coming up to the surface for not only contemplation, but also determining our next steps this year. Because enough is enough, right? We're not wasting time in a relationship that might not take us anywhere. This is specifically this year, you know, this is the year where we're making long-term decisions, long-term investments, and this definitely applies to love as well. Are you with the partner that you see yourself 5-10 years down the line, that you want to marry, have a family with, that you see will support you through the thick and thin, right? That's important, that they love you for really who you are. And if you're not in a relationship, but maybe you're dating, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up this week is because it is Valentine's Day, right? And so if you're dating, let's say multiple people, which is something that I definitely don't recommend, right? But if you're in the process of getting to know people, meaning you're only dating, meaning you're only developing friendships with these different people, then this is also something that you're going to be asking yourself. Who do I feel a natural spiritual connection with, right? This is not something that can be forced. So this is definitely going to be your determining factor and help you to decide which way to proceed, right? Which route to go, which person to choose. Obviously, if your heart is screaming towards one person, this is about following your heart, no doubt about it. And if you're single and there is just nobody in your life, then self-love is the way to go, right? Because the more that we bring in this love to ourselves, the more that we love ourselves, naturally the universe will attract more love. And it doesn't have to be romantic love. You know, this is the confusion that people get when it comes to love. You know, love is not just only romance. And I could be maybe the first one to be triggered, but this is nothing to be triggered about, right? Because I'm a hopeless romantic. And for me, why do you think I majored in couples therapy? Is because for me, romantic love is like my weakness, right? I love it. But life has taught me that it's so much more than just romance. It's also love for self, love for our family, love for our friendships, right? Deep, close connection friendships, love for humanity, being of service. This has given me more fulfillment than any romantic relationship that wasn't the one, right? Because if it's a spiritually bonded romantic relationship, that definitely it will top the charts, right? It will be miraculous and magical. It will feel like out of this world. That's the kind of love that we should be after and not settling for anything less. So if you've chosen the single route because you haven't found that, which, believe me, you know, it can take a whole lifetime to find that because it's a very rare kind of love. So don't feel like a failure if you're not in a relationship. Don't feel like a failure if you haven't found that kind of true love yet. Because God is here to tell us that this is something that can only come when we are actually healed first, 100%. That's the beauty of spiritual love. And this is what I dedicated the whole year 2021 talking about in the Love Show series, which I did make free for all of you on my YouTube channel. So make sure that you check it out. If you haven't watched that show, start from January and finish your way all the way to December. And it's going to teach you what the spiritual love dynamic is about. I do feel like this is what this week is about. It's about learning what spiritual love is about. If you don't know what it's about, if you do know what it's about, maybe asking yourself, do you feel that with anybody? And then going for that. And if you don't yet, it's okay, right? There's no rush, God is telling you, because there's other things to do, like work on mission. This is another kind of love. Being of service to God gives us this emotional fulfillment that can be compared to anything else. Trust me. Me showing up for soul coaching, my business, for all of you to help us all evolve has been the greatest emotional fulfillment of my life. Let me tell you, and it was so unexpected, right? Because I had no idea what this was actually before I started my business. So it was actually, you can tell it was God guided, because I didn't know what this kind of job was. I didn't even know this kind of job existed. Okay, so that's when you know that you're being called by God towards a mission, and it is genuine. You are right. Whatever it is that you're feeling in your intuition, I really do feel like this is what this week's about. It's about tapping into our intuition and discovering what our purpose is, discovering what's going to bring love into our life, right? Remember, it doesn't only have to be romance, but that definitely is also related to that. You know, we also do need romance, because again, like I said, every kind of love gives us a different kind of emotional fulfillment. You can't just live your life just being of service, and unless you're a monk, right, and you don't want to ever love. Because if you're dating around and misbehaving, you can say that's not spiritually based, that's not spiritual guidance. God will never guide you towards that, because that drains your energy, that drains your light, right? And we are here to fill up our cup and turn on that light, not give it away, right? So make sure that if you choose to be single, you know, you are single completely, and then focusing on other areas of your life. But don't discard the romance, because it is available to all of us who are willing to receive it. Now, it could be patience that's needed, it could be more healing that's needed, or it could be some sort of action that you're being guided to take that's needed. It's different for everybody, and this is where soul coaching comes in, so that I can tap into your personal case, because every person's life is different, right? And I feel like that's the huge message for this week. So yeah, I guess we'll just keep it short and sweet for this week. Definitely tap into more self-care, more self-love. You know, this is something that I have been absolutely obsessed with, you can say, ever since I took time off from these past 6 months from doing these dailies, because I needed to replenish my own cup, and I'm more than replenished now. And you know, you can bet that this weekend of Valentine's, that's really mostly what I've been doing. It's like those spa nights, spa days, self-care, tuning in with what my body and soul needs, because that's what's gonna make us better people at the end of the day. If you neglect your self-care, your body is not going to be able to be at its top shape, to be of service to others, to give love back to others. You need to take care of yourself. So this is something definitely to think about this week, and start taking action. Those new habits from this New Year resolutions, start putting them into play. Don't discard them, don't leave them for next year, because there's no more time to waste. The time is now. Don't wait to do tomorrow what you can do today. That's definitely a message from God. Alright, so this is it for our weekly spiritual guidance. It's more intuitive, so we don't do the cards until only the dailies. So make sure that you check out the dailies for this week, our daily morning spiritual guidance. Thank you all, and I will see you all tomorrow, or should I say today for the Monday, and then tomorrow for the Tuesday. Namaste.